Today, we're going to make this adorable flashlight light-up card inspired by the Trinity Stamps release and this comment. For this card, we'll be pulling out the one light that comes in this halo pack. Comes with 2 halo lights and 4 one lights, and we'll just be taking one of these out. We'll also be using doors 3, 4, 15, and 20 from our 2025 Crafty Advent Calendar from Spellbinders. 3 was our magic hat, and we'll be using the piece that filled in our bunny's eyes and nose. Our door 4 die set made an old-timey stamp set, and we will be using the old-timey stamp set handle. Door 15 was our cute little fishy. We will be using this off-cut or negative space from the bottom of the fishbowl. Door 20 was our spaceship die set, and we will be using the tractor beam die. Because I'm a slow crafter, I thought this might go a little faster if I made myself a little card kit. So I'm going to start out with a cornflower blue card base. It's a 4-bar card base that measures 3.5 by 4 7/8. Then I have a darker blue panel that measures 3.25 by 4 5/8. I also have a white panel for the inside that measures 2.5 by 3.5. On my initial card, I used a stencil and stenciled onto some white gold shimmer paper. If you don't have a stencil that you want to use, you can just use designer paper, and that's what I'm going to do here. I have this scrap from an Old Recollections Valentine's paper pad. I'm going to use the pink for my flashlight, the black for my button, and the pattern paper for my light beams. I'm arranging it so it looks like the hearts are shooting out. This sidekick is a little squeaky, but I absolutely love it. Pink flashlight, black button, patterned light beams. Now I've got white shimmer paper for the fishbowl and vellum for the light beams. You're watching Soup Crafts, and I am Soup. I absolutely love using my dies in ways that they were not intended to be used, and I have been wanting to do this project for quite some time. So when I saw the Trinity Stamps release, I knew that I had to try to make a dupe of that flashlight. Now I'm going to glue all of my light beams together. I'm going to take the vellum centerpiece out because we don't need that. I'm going to glue the vellum pieces in between the patterned pieces. So I'm turning over the middle piece of my patterned light beams, and then I will take some glue, run that down the side, and I will wipe it with my finger just to get it flattened out so that it's not all squishy and doesn't squish out onto the vellum. And then I will align the vellum on the side and get that stuck on there. Next, I will follow the exact same process for the other side. Now I'll run some glue along the edges of the side pieces of patterned paper, and I will glue those onto the vellum. And that completes my light beams with 3 pattern pieces of paper for light beams and 2 vellum pieces of paper for light beams. Now that that's done, I'm going to move on to my flashlight. I'm going to use my scrap piece of paper from where I cut the light beams out to make a line across with my Micron number 5 pen for the top of the flashlight. I want that to be black. I'm going to color that whole end of the flashlight in with my Memento black marker. This black rim around the top of the flashlight that holds in the lens is actually called a bezel. When I test out the lens, I find out that the bezel is not quite big enough and the end is the wrong shape to line up with that lens. So I end up cutting the fishbowl bottom out again of a bit of a larger piece of cardstock to use that as a template. When I initially cut the lens piece out, I used too small of a piece to be able to use it for a template. So if I were to make this card again, I would make sure that I used a big enough piece to cut my lens out of so that I would be able to use that for a template for my bezel. Now I'm just going to continue to use my scraps as a template to decorate my flashlight. I'm going to color the bottom of the handle, then I'll move on to make a line across the neck. And then starting from the center, I'm going to make some lines in between the bezel and the neckline. I don't know if this is necessary or not. I think you could leave it as is and it'd be just fine, but I liked it. I thought that it added a little more texture and a little more interest to the flashlight itself. I'm making these ones pretty straight, but they definitely don't have to be straight. On the initial card that I made, you can see that they are not straight, and I actually kind of like it a little better that way, But I think that either way is good. I think it's just a matter of personal preference. And then I decided that it needed one more line, and this is probably the actual neck. I guess the other line that I drew in was probably more like the chin than the neck, but anyway, seemed like it needed something there. We will also be using the push stamp from this set from Maymay called Action, and the sentiment that says, "Friend, you're a light in my life, from Candlelight Garden, from close to my heart." Now I'm going to apply my anti-static powder so that I can heat emboss my sentiment. I'm going to line my stamp up just in the perfect right spot. I got this stamp set from Paper Ganza on the swap table, so thank you to whoever left it there. I'm using Hero Hues Unicorn Pigment ink. I stamped this several times. I have both clear and white embossing powder out, but I decide on using the white. I don't know if maybe I need to re-ink my unicorn ink. It didn't seem very bright, so I opted for the white. The melting of the embossing powder always seems like magic, doesn't it? Now I'll go ahead and stamp my push button and emboss that, but I did not remember to put on the anti-static powder. I don't know, maybe it was a choice. So I end up with a little extra bits of powder on there, and I use a brush and my pokey tool to get that off. I think it turned out pretty good. I did end up getting, I think, most of it off. I'm going to do my best to get that anti-static powder off of my card. I dampened my cloth just a little bit, and I think that worked pretty well. Now I'm going to heat my card up just a little bit because I'm going to sprinkle that white embossing powder onto the front of my card, and that's going to give the appearance kind of a starry night. Heating the card up ahead of time just helps it to stick a little bit better, but some of it will still blow off when I go to use the heat tool to melt the embossing powder. I'm tapping the back to further spread that out because it kind of clumps up a little bit when I'm sprinkling it on, but just tapping the back kind of moves it all and disperses it a little more randomly and evenly across the surface of the card. When I'm done heating this up, if there are any spots that I feel like need a little more, I'll go ahead and add that on, but I will spare you the tedium of that. Next, I'll glue my lens onto my flashlight head. I'm just going to center that into the black part of the head. Now it's time to decide where this flashlight is going to sit on this card panel. So I'm going to line up the flashlight, and I'm going to line up my light beams so I can get an idea where those are going to sit on this panel. And then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark around the light beams so that I can cut an opening out. When I go to line up my tractor beam die, I'm going to line that up centered where my pencil marks are because it's not going to reach the entire area because we added in the vellum, and it only needs to be open where the vellum is at. After I get all of my pencil marks erased, it's time to glue on my light beams. I'm going to add glue down the sides and along the bottom, but I am not going to put glue along the top. Now I will adhere my light beams around the area that I cut out. There will be a small section at the top that is not covered, but that will be covered by the flashlight. Once that's on, I'm ready to glue on the flashlight. I'll put glue on the back of the flashlight, and then I will put a little bit of glue just on the front because I want those light beams to look like they're coming right out of that lens, and I want them to be glued. So now I just have to slip this flashlight right underneath of those light beams and glue it onto the front. Now for the exciting part. I'm going to put the battery in my little light up device, and I'm going to check it a couple times, and then I'm going to start putting this thing together. I think I want the light so that it is tucked right behind that middle piece of patterned paper. So I'm going to check this, and yep, that looks good. So then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of tape runner on the back of the battery just to hold it in place. It doesn't hold it really great, but it's good enough for getting the foam tape on. So I'll place that on there where I think that it's behind that centerpiece, and then I'm going to tilt that up, because if you tilt that up, you can kind of see where the light is, and then I can really check to make sure that it's right where that middle piece of pattern paper is. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and add on a piece of double-sided sticky tape, and that will be the tape that will actually hold it in place. Now that that's done, I can start adding some foam tape. I have this 3M foam tape that was left over from a class at Paperganza where we made a light-up card, and I just cut it into smaller strips. This foam tape is 3 millimeters. Hey, if you're finding any inspiration in this card, it would mean the world to me if you would tap that thumbs up icon and let me know. Now I'm going to add these 3 millimeter thick squares in each corner. I have no idea where these came from. I apologize. Okay, now I've got these strips. I just got some sticky-backed 9x12 Creatology foam sheets from Michaels. I think they were under $1 each after a coupon. I just cut several 1/4-inch strips from that sheet. For this project, I'm going to double them up. They are 2 millimeter thick sheets, so there ends up being a 1 millimeter difference in the foam that I previously put on with these strips, but it doesn't seem to affect the end result at all. Then I'm going to take a bunch of those squares and add those in the center. I'm not even going to take the backing off of those. They're just for support. I don't want to waste my time with it. It's honestly, they're a little difficult to get the backing off anyway, so I don't see the point in doing it. It'll be fine. I decided to put a couple on that patterned paper light beam in the center. If I make this card again, I wouldn't do that because you can kind of see it when you turn the light on. It's not a big deal, but I just wouldn't do it again. Now I'll peel the backing off of the tape on the light mechanism along with all the backing around the perimeter and the squares on the middle light beam. But I am not going to take the backing off of all of those little squares that are in the middle. Tell me in the comments, is that time saving or lazy? I'm going to add a little bit of glue to all of the sticky parts, but one thing that I really like about cutting these foam strips from the one-sided sticky paper from Michaels is that I just get to use the glue, the wet glue, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I can get it straight because I know I'm going to be able to wiggle it around. Plus, it was super cheap. I mean, economical. Now I'm just going to center this on my card base the best that I can, and I have plenty of wiggle room. And I'm going to set Mr. Googly Eyes on there to keep this weighted down so it can dry, but I am not patient, so I'm going to move him over and I'm going to put my push button on. But first, I have to decide just exactly which way I want my push button to be facing, so tough decision. Finally, I figure it out. Testing, testing, testing. Now I've got a 2.5 by 3.5 inch panel that I'm going to put on the inside. I usually decorate the inside, but on this one, I don't really have a good sentiment to put in there with the outside sentiment, and it feels kind of specific, like this is for a specific thing that happens, so I'm just going to wait to write in it. Since you're still here, it means you're my kind of crafter. I'm on a mission to show you that your stash is already full of magic. We just have to find it, so we don't have to spend a fortune on every new thing that comes our way. The truth is, I really like that Trinity Stamps release, so it's actually on my wish list to buy later. But for today, I wanted to see if I could use my Advent dies to get that look for free while I wait. Subscribe to join the Soup Crafts crew so we can keep remixing our stash together. This is the sample card that I made where I used a stencil for the light beams, and this is the card that we made together today where we used patterned paper. You are a light in my life. Thanks for watching. Bye.